When someone close to you has had a stroke, they may need help and support after they return home from the hospital. This guide outlines some ways you can support a stroke survivor and explains what help and support is available for caregivers. First, let's define the term caregiver. There are volunteer caregivers and there are professional caregivers. Most volunteers are friends or family who help with the needs of a loved one without being paid. A professional caregiver is hired to provide care for a care recipient. Professional caregivers can provide medical or non-medical care in the home or a facility. Friends and family may take on the role of a caregiver, and this can be a highly emotional undertaking. Your focus is on the physical and medical aspects of care, but at the end of the day, you're most likely this person's husband or wife, daughter, brother, or friend who is doing what you can to help. Many people need some level of support and assistance after a stroke. Chances are that they will need more care in the early days. Stroke rehabilitation can last a few weeks, or it can continue for years, based on the type of stroke they suffered and how soon they received medical treatment. Recovery after a mild stroke can be as straightforward as helping the stroke patient to start feeling better and to overcome fatigue. In the event of a more serious stroke, many people are left with lasting effects such as difficulty walking or loss of their ability to speak. Even after an extended hospital stay and the appropriate therapies, some people will still be recovering in many ways. With support and encouragement to use newly learned skills at home, they can continue to gain confidence and increase their independence. Support or care for your loved one after their stroke can take many forms. It may include help with shopping, cooking, or any activities for daily living. Sometimes, the greatest need may be to provide emotional support, such as checking in by phone or dropping by for a visit. It's important to be consistent and supportive to help alleviate anxiety and stress. Before your loved one leaves the hospital, the healthcare team will work with the individual and their family to create a plan for the home care they will need. This includes ongoing assessment of long-term needs. If someone still needs skilled nursing but are well enough to be discharged from emergency or intensive care in a regular hospital, they may be transferred to a skilled nursing facility or a rehabilitation hospital for a few weeks. After this, they return their prior living situation. In some cases, the home may need to be modified by the installation of ramps and railings, shower chairs, commode chairs, cutlery with special handles, or anything that will help your family member to live as independently as possible. It is also possible that the home care plan includes the use of professional caregivers for a position of the day to assist with the transition to life at home. If by chance you are designated to become the main caregiver, you have a right to be part of the discharge process. You can contact the hospital caseworker and request a meeting with the multidisciplinary team. This brings together all those involved in planning care for the stroke survivor. It's a chance for you to ask questions and to express any concerns you have about being a caregiver. This is a time for honest compassion. If you feel that you can't manage some of the things you're being asked to do, or you don't feel you are capable, it is essential that you say so. You don't have to give reasons, but talking to the professionals involved can help them understand your needs as well as the person with a stroke. You should not be asked to provide care at the cost of your own health. For example, you may be dealing with chronic back pain due to lifting, or the level of involvement may inhibit your ability to go to your own medical appointments. In such cases, the care plan can be modified to provide the necessary respite care. In many cases, a husband and wife or a couple may be caregivers for each other. Their life before the stroke may have already included helping one another with taking medication or communication support. If the person who's had a stroke was helping you manage a disability or health condition, you will need to find support for yourself. When this is the situation, each partner will get their own care needs assessed to make sure that both receive the necessary support. Let's talk about the emotional impact of stroke on family and friends. Taking on caregiving responsibilities is a big decision. It's often something people do as part of a relationship, and they see it as a natural thing to do. However, the role is challenging, requiring a significant amount of time and energy. Caregiving can take its toll, at times, leaving the responsible person overwhelmed, exhausted, and isolated. Especially in situations where the stroke affects the way someone behaves or when they have lost their ability to communicate. In addition to the necessary lifestyle changes, you might feel a sense of loss at the changes in the person and your relationship with them. Although they are still the same person, they may have changed in some ways, such as being more emotional or less motivated to do things. When someone suffers a stroke, it impacts the whole family. It is common for someone who has had a stroke to experience depression after returning home. They may have less control over the everyday things many of us take for granted. What once were simple tasks such as getting out of bed, taking a shower, or phoning a friend, are now challenging, and this can be difficult to cope with. Within a family, people's roles might change. Family routines could change, and a primary caregiver might need to spend more time in that role, reducing their time spent with other family members. There may also be external stress from strained finances, stress on the job, and other responsibilities. Women caregivers could be dealing with other areas in their lives, such as menopause. A stroke can also affect the intimate relationship between spouses or partners, including changes to your sex life. Adult children of the stroke victim may be trying to balance working while supporting their own family and meeting the needs of younger family members. It's easy to understand how challenging the situation can become. Caring for someone is a big responsibility and at times can be overwhelming. The problem is that some people think that it's selfish to focus on your own needs when a loved one needs help. However, if you don't look after yourself, you risk becoming stressed or unwell, and this will directly affect the person you are caring for. Let's consider some practical ideas for looking after yourself. Number 1. Keep a diary. This can help to identify any unmet needs, including your own. Number 2. Protect your back. A physical or occupational therapist can show you safe techniques for moving someone without straining your back. Number 3. Make relaxation a priority. Relaxation techniques can help reduce tiredness or stress. Number 4. Stay active. Consider getting outside for a walk and some fresh air as a matter of routine. Being active will increase your energy levels, improve your sleep, and boost low moods. Number 5. Find a support group. Speaking to other caregivers is helpful. Check with your caseworker or doctor for caregiver support groups. Number 6. Take time off. The job becomes difficult, especially if you're a primary caregiver. Consider having a relative fill in to give you time off when you need it. Also consider services like respite care to allow you a rest or a break. Number 7. Eat healthy. Try to eat regular meals and drink plenty of water. A healthy diet will help you stay well and will also help lift your mood and energy levels. Number 8. Socialize. Try to keep in touch with friends and family. Video calls and social media can work with family or with a group of friends. Number 9. Don't be afraid to ask for help. People in your family or social group may be able to do some practical things like shopping or spend some time with the stroke survivor. We have enjoyed bringing you another video, and thank you for watching this to the end. The tips and suggestions mentioned in this video are for general information purposes only, and should not be construed as professional medical advice. If you are a caregiver and you are concerned about caring for someone who has suffered a stroke, it is also advisable that you consult with your physician to ensure that you have a clear understanding of this personal situation from a medical and mental health standpoint. If you are a caregiver for a friend or family member, and there is a health or wellness subject you would like to know more about, leave us a comment and we'll be happy to put together a video.